Good morning. You're welcome to another edition of Import Export Platform, Facebook Live from 3Team Pest Trade Academy. I'll continue from where I stopped yesterday evening. And yesterday evening, we're discussing why Nigerian state are billionaires in dollars. And I was talking about some exportable products and their market potentials. I have about 19 here on my list. Before I start discussing each of the Nigerian states, okay, maybe I will discuss the region and then go to the state. These are products in Nigeria that we are not doing so much as far as export is concerned. That's Nigerian products in high demand. Nigerian products in high demand across the world. Now, I mentioned yesterday coal. Coal is a major one across the world. Coal market in the world is worth around $22 billion. And Nigeria have billions of tons in deposit of coal. Probably about 2-3 billion tons in deposit. For a product like lead ore, zinc ore, less than 20 million tons. But for coal and iron, billions of tons. And I was talking about the fact that you find this coal in Nigeria. Unfortunately, the states that have coal are claiming they don't have money. The states that have coal are claiming they don't have money. I can't understand that. You know, it's so interesting when you realize that some states are so poor, yet so rich. It's so interesting that some Nigerian states are so poor, yet so rich. They are so poor because they don't have money to pay salaries, to build infrastructure, and they are so rich because they actually have what it takes, but they have chosen not to take advantage of opportunity that they have. We have about 2.8 billion metric tons of deposit of coal across 17 coal fields. 17 coal fields in Nigeria. Oh my God. 17 coal fields in Nigeria. Now, so you have 17 locations in Nigeria. Nigeria have all these, and we are still hearing that some states that have that are saying they don't have money. And I say a state in Nigeria does not need, all you need is you have this coal, okay, partner with people to make it happen. And I give an example for the coal, for example. Nwanko Ikechukwu, we don't need restructuring for states to do what I'm telling them to do. We don't need restructuring. What the state needs to do is to register a company, get a license from federal government, and begin to tap into the resources in their state. Nigerian states that want to explore solid minerals, all they need to do is to register a company, use the company to obtain export mining license and export license, and start mining. Pay royalty to the government less than 5%, and continue your mining. So we don't need restructuring for state to generate income. Restructuring for me is a political issue. I mean, there are people debating on it, but on the issue I'm talking about, in terms of state generating revenue, there is no need for restructuring for state to do that. The state does not restructuring to do that. Some people that are talking about restructuring is because they want to have control over the oil region, because someone has done the work of the oil. If that work has not been done sincerely, Many people will not talk about restructuring. And the north that doesn't want restructuring is because they also have not tapped into the opportunity in their state. Instead of them taking advantage of those opportunities, they refuse to take billionaires. Kogi State have Kogi and I'm trying to get some other state in Nigeria. I know Enugu is a major location. Let me try to check. So let's look at Kogi, for example, that have coal. All that Kogi need to do is to basically register a company. Having registered that company, then use that company to get a license, a mining license, mining lease, whatever they need to get from the government, and begin to export it. And I'm saying, the beauty of mineral is this. States do not even need to spend so much money on minerals. States can partner with foreign company, and this foreign company will mine. You will share maybe 70-30. That 70 that goes to the state will sell it to the company. The company will ship everything to their country to process. I'm even saying at the primary level, Nigerian states have no basis for being, no reason for any state, for a state like Kogi State not to say they are not able to pay salary. Let me even check the profile of Kogi State income. Because Kogi State is a state, it's one of the states that profile of Kogi State income. Kogi State Kogi State total revenue last year was total IGR 11 million naira, and I'm sure it's because of Obajana. Because of Obajana's event. Total revenue for Kogi State is 64 billion. 11 billion from IGR, and then 11 billion from IGR, and then 53 billion from FAC. Kogi State external debt is 31 billion. Domestic debt is 84 billion. Wow. Kogi State domestic debt 84 billion, external debt 31 billion. Kogi State debt is over 100 billion. Kogi State debt is over 31 million dollars and 84 billion naira. Total Kogi State debt. Total debt of Kogi State. Now, coal is a $122 billion business. Coal. $122 billion business. Coal alone. Anytime I just look at this thing, sometimes it get me worried. It get me worried because sincerely, I just don't understand how our state government are thinking. I don't understand the reason why a state governor will have opportunity to make money and the state governor will refuse to make money for the state. How can Kogi State have such a huge deposit of limestone, and Obajana have to go and set up there. And today, Obajana, that one of the biggest cement country you will find in Africa, is found in Kogi State. This same Kogi State have coal and have not done anything about the coal in Kogi State. Kogi State have coal but have not done anything about their state, about the coal in Kogi State. And then you begin to ask yourself, so what exactly is the problem of these governors that is making them not to do anything? And you know what? The governor will want to come back. The governor... Look at the profile of coal, for example. Coal, who are the major buyers of coal in the world? The major buyers of coal, sorry, I'm trying to get that. The major buyers of coal are Japan, China, India, South Korea. Yes, Nwanko, you get it. It is because they are still getting money from Abuja. Necessity is the mother of the invention. But should we allow the economy to crash on our head? I mean, should the economy crash on the head of the state before the state think? Should the economy crash on the head of the state? Should the state governor wait for the economy to crash on his head before he would think? How can Kogi have 122 billion and the IGR of Kogi is just $11 billion, but $122 billion, they are making 11 billion naira. 11 billion naira is just like 30 million. How much is $10 million? $10 million will be about 3.6 billion. That's about $30 million. $30 million. And Kogi State can generate at least $1 billion. At least $1 billion. Out of the $122 billion, at least $1 billion from coal. And like I said, the beauty of minerals for mining generally, my model for mining is the state governor just getting new people, partner with them. I mean, set up a company, partner with a foreign firm, get the mining license, get the community consent, let them come and invest. They will easily come if they come to come and invest. They will invest, they will mine, and you share the proceed. 50-50, 60-40, 70-30, 80-20, 90-10, whichever one you are able to share. So it's so easy. You know, for a Greek, you will need your people. But for minerals, you need foreigners because we have not developed that sector well enough. You need foreigners, Chinese, to come and do the mining for you. And the beauty of that for you is that if they come to do the mining for you, what that does for you is that you are not going to spend a lot of money. You are not going to involve a lot of resources. You just need to create an enabling environment for them to do what they need to do. So, when the state government will not need to incur so much cost, why is Kogi State not taking advantage of this? The coal also is in Enugu. Let's go to Enugu and check let's go and check the revenue of Enugu State. Let's go and check the revenue of Enugu State. Enugu State revenue, IGR of Enugu is 22 billion naira. IGR of Enugu is 22 million naira. IGR of Enugu is 22 million naira. Total Enugu revenue. Enugu is generating 53 from Abuja, 22 million naira from 22 billion from internal, 53 from Abuja. That's about 78 billion. Total revenue of Enugu is 78 billion. Yes, Temitokwe, federal government own minerals. But that, you know, why do we just deceive ourselves with lies? Why is it that we just use, with excuses? Federal government have minerals, But individuals are able to get license to mine the mineral. So how does that be a problem of the state? We should just forget about this narrative of saying that because federal government is the owner of the mineral, that's why the state cannot take advantage. It's a big lie. If a single individual set up a company, get community consent, register a company, get a mining license, and mine in Nigeria, are you telling me a state cannot set up an SPV and do exactly the same that individual is doing? I mean, these are fake excuses. Temitope, indeed, mineral belongs to federal government. So when you mine, you give federal government royalty. That is not an excuse for any state government not to be able to generate revenue. You don't need to be the owner of the mineral. You don't need to be the owner of the mineral. Go and register a company. Partner with a foreign firm. Mine it in your state. Have a sharing formula with the foreign firm. This is simple. Enugu State does not have any reason to be owing. Look at the debt profile of Enugu State. Enugu State debt profile is $126 million external debt and $55 billion local debt. Can you imagine the kind of debt this state government are putting their state? Can you imagine the kind of debt? Can you imagine? How can you put your state in this kind of debt? I'm sure some of those debts have been even before this particular governor became governor of the state. But how on earth do we even find ourselves in this kind of situation? How can we be saying that, it's just unfortunate, really. It's just unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. But anyway, we will do our part by making the noise. We will do our part by talking about this and making everybody know that, look, whatever narrative Nigerian state government are saying is a big lie. Nigerian state governors have everything it takes for them to be self-sufficient. What they've not done is to begin to make effort in this direction. The challenge most of them have is poverty of ideas. What we have done is to make that idea available and to say, look, you have all it takes to be billionaires in dollars. Nigerian state are billionaires in dollars. Nigerian state are billionaires in dollars. Don't let your governor tell you he doesn't have money to fix the road. Don't let your governor tell you he doesn't have money to do what he needs to do. They have all the money. Money is not cash. Money is a medium of exchange. Money is not cash. Money is a medium of exchange. All the state governor need to do, if it's mineral, is to partner with government, partner with a foreign company and generate revenue for a state. Don't let them bobo you with the story. They like telling us story a lot about how they are not the owner of the minerals. They tell us story about how the federal government is the owner of the minerals. So because federal government is the owner of the minerals, as if they don't have access to it. How can a single individual have access to the mineral and the governor say he doesn't have access to it? A single individual have access to the mineral and the governor is telling me he doesn't have access to it. The governor have access to it. The governor have access to it. All the governor need to do is to take advantage of the opportunity in their state and stop deceiving us that they don't have access to the mineral in their state. They have access to the mineral in their state. They don't need to be the what do you call it now? They don't need to be the owner at federal government. Being owner does not mean you don't have access to it. All you need to do is to partner with a foreigner and start mining in your state. Please set up a special purpose vehicle. Partner with a foreign firm that can mine. Let them do the mining and then you do the sharing. I'm not proposing anything out of this world. Federal government is already doing it with the oil majors. That's the way federal government is making money. That's the federal government. The money you are sharing in Abuja, that's the way federal government is making it. So how come you are saying because you are not the owner, that's why you are not able to access it? That is not true. That is a lie they made us to believe. That is a lie they made us to believe. Lord have mercy. These people have a way of deceiving us. That is a lie they made us to believe. Don't buy that lie from the governors. Don't buy that lie from the governors. I'm still discussing coal, and I'm looking at Nigerian states that produce coal. Nigerian states with coal deposits. Nigerian states with coal deposits, and how much they currently earn and how much they could earn. Nigerian state with coal deposit, how much they currently earn and how much they could earn. And I've looked at Kogi State, and I've looked at Enugu State. These are major states. In fact, Enugu is known as Coal City. Enugu is known as Coal City. But Enugu today cannot even boast of $100 billion revenue in a year. Internally generated revenue so small. Internally generated revenue so small. Why? Because the state governors have refused to take advantage of the opportunity in their state. You know, Kogi was not just known for coal. A lot of coal has been mined in Kogi in the past by the foreigners, by the our, what do you call it now? Our what do you call these people? The people that colonize us. Okay, yeah, the colonial master. You know, and each time you think about this, please, it's just, for me, it's just a high time that Nigerian state begin to take advantage of this opportunity. And I think that the people are the one that need to talk to their state governors about it. And that's why I will appreciate if you can help us share this video. Kindly share this video. Share it with many, share it across, with many people in Nigeria who have access to the governors. You know, I was at an event yesterday and I was talking about this issue, and someone said, have you tried to make a request to the governor forum? And I said, no, I've not had the opportunity. Of course, if I had the opportunity, I would gladly make this request, this presentation to them, for them to begin to look at the opportunities in their state and to see how they can take advantage of the opportunities in their state. For them to begin to look at opportunities in their state and how they can take advantage of opportunities in their state. What I can't understand is the reason why most of them are not taking advantage of it. But like I said, or like some people have said, maybe they are not aware of it. But I was thinking that if a governor take over a state, it should not be that the first thing the governor will want to do is to begin to ask himself, okay, how do we increase the revenue of the state? Should that not be one of the things the state governor should think of? For me, that should be no-brainer. But it's like common sense is not common. I really do not believe that these states are not aware of this fact. I just think that they just have chosen not to take advantage of it because it's just too easy and simple. So I'm really finding it difficult to believe that a state governor does not know that he can generate income from his state and that he doesn't need to depend on He doesn't need to depend on internet and on pay. Because if you check the profile of most of the internet generated revenue, it's actually majorly from pay. From here, I can see the major minefield of coal. We have my Genga in Gombe State. We have Okobo in Kogi State. And we have Udi Ridge, somewhere in Enugu State. I'm trying to get The report have it that as at 1916, the mine in Kogi State, in Enugu State, was already in full operation. Full operation. And the colonial masters were mining coal and they were taking it to Europe. They were taking it to Europe. I'm trying to check up some other data on this. But we have major places in Enugu, major places in Kogi. Now, what's interesting to me about this is the fact that the states that have been, like Enugu State, that have been a major place where mining has taken place in the past and exported by the colonial masters, today are not doing much in that regard. You know, the challenge also of coal is that for coal to be profitable, we must move it by rail. By rail. By rail. So now that the rail is being revived, is it not time for those state governments to begin to consider the shipment of this product? Is it not time? Is it not time for the state government to begin to consider how they can take advantage of the coal opportunity? Is it not time? Is it not time for them to leave their people out of poverty? Is it not time for them to partner with foreign company and begin to get the coal out of their state? Is it not time? Why are the state impoverished? Why are the state impoverished when you have so much in your state? Is it because of poverty of ideas or lack of political will? The more the state have money, the better for everyone. And I think the state governors need to write their name in gold. The state governors have to write their name in gold. They need to do everything possible. They need to do everything possible to take advantage of the $122 billion market for coal. To take advantage of the $122 billion market for coal. So, Enugu State, Ezino coal field, Inyi coal field, Amaziodo coal field, Obueti coal field, Kogi State, Ogboyoga coal field, Ogwashi coal Delta, Ogwashi coal field, Kogi State, Okaba coal field, Anambra, Okpara coal field, Okpara mine, Oyama mine, Benue, Owupa mine. These are mines with huge deposit of coal that these states, Enugu State, Anambra State, Gombe State, Enugu State, Anambra State, Gombe State, Kogi State have refused to mine. Have refused to mine. I will most likely continue still discussing coal in the evening. But remember, this coal is $122 billion market that some Nigerian state governors have done nothing about. I think it's poverty of ideas. Because each time I just look at this, I'm just wondering, is there a problem that is hindering this state governor from exploring this opportunity? Problems are meant to be solved. And when you solve problems, you make it easier for you to be able to thrive. State governors in Nigeria, wake up! Nigerian state have no reason to be poor. I dare say, Nigerian state are billionaires in dollar. I'll continue the discussion on coal and problems for other products in the evening. Thank you very much for listening, and bye for now.